Good afternoon. This is video log entry 1:15, and currently it is 5 p.m. CST. Um, yeah, so again, I just start this stuff when I'm not like, I just starting when I feel like it. So sometimes I don't really have anything in mind to say, but I I guess one thing that I've been doing recently is I've been going on dating apps more, and I've been using Tinder and Bumble and Hinge as well, and I'm actually getting surprisingly more success than I thought I would have on Tinder, especially. I'm not sure if those are bots, but I ran into one person already that I've been in frequent communication with, and I know we've been chatting, and I got their phone number, and on Tinder as well, and she said that she was more into talking in person, and I basically asked him out on a date, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if this was them trying to be nice by how I'm not sure if girls do this often, but when you ask somebody out on a date, they said sure, and then they bail out or whatever. So I'm not sure if they were intentionally bailing out, but it also happened to have been the case where the cafe I mentioned was closed that day, which I forgot to. I thought it was open on Mondays, but apparently not, and so she had to tell me that that place was closed, and I told them that there was another cafe a few blocks away, and she seemed interested, but at the same time she was hanging out with a friend, and she claims to be introverted, and she said that she typically limits socializing to once a day. So I'm assuming that I don't know, maybe I'm being naive, but I'm assuming that she actually was burnt out from communicating with her friends, because I tend to be the same way, where I have plans with friends, and then I may go somewhere else or I'm planning on going somewhere else with somebody else, or even online, really. Like, I tend to just bail out because all of a sudden my social battery's already burning, even though I've done it a billion times and already know how it's going to end out to be. So, unfortunately, that would have been my first official date here. But, yeah, so that just kind of didn't happen. There was another phrase I was thinking of, but I can't think of it right now. And so I have like, the thing is on Tinder, you get a bunch of people that like you, but I think the way the algorithm works on Tinder is that the people that like you are at the bottom of the stack, as opposed to the people who haven't liked you yet. And it's vice versa from their perspective onto mine as well. The people that I like are on the bottom of their stack, so it takes a while, and that's how they incentivize you to get, those extra points, right? The likes on it. So you had to pay, what is it, like $6.99 per week? That's expensive as fuck. I don't have the money for that. And it's like, there's a plan for it if you could do a monthly, and it's like $39.99 monthly for Tinder. Bumble's the same thing. I haven't used Hinge. I don't know how they I was planning on making an account for that, but I just haven't gone through the process because I've been lazy recently. So, yeah. So I just got bored. So I'm hoping. I've been saying I've been wanting to socialize more, and I have. I've been hanging out with Corey. I've been doing stuff with him, and on I believe that was Sunday. Yeah, it was football, of course, football Sundays or whatever. They had a Bears game playing. There was a Colts game, and I think there was a Patriots game as well. These were all home games, and he invited me to go to a sports bar close to his place, but I told him that actually I didn't tell him anything. I didn't respond. I'm such a bad person. I just didn't respond. I was just like, I need to get better at communicating with people, because I'm just really bad at relationships, and and he's been honest with me. He's like if I throw something out and I recommend something to do together, it's like, you can just say no, you don't feel like doing it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll make sure to tell you the truth. And this time I just didn't say anything. I was like, come on. But I also feel bad because I've denied him a couple times already, because I think the week before he wanted to go to a club and I didn't feel like going, and and then there was a concert for Cupcake in Chicago over at a promontory, and I said no to that as well. And I'm just saying no. I'm just like knocking down all of his recommendations and whatnot, or his invites. Sorry. And he seems to have a lot of friends, but at the same time he does seem pretty lonely. He's kind of like me. I mean, he is also a very smart guy, and I've already seen some of his friends. They don't really. I don't like to categorize people, but they don't seem to be around the same caliber of intelligence as him. And I mean, I guess that is a common thing for intelligent people, is they get and I actually consider him to be smarter than me. Is that there's smart people like that tend to be the loneliest. So yeah. And I feel bad. And I'm also somewhat intimidated, but he's also, like, he's very extroverted, and I guess it's easier to see somebody's intelligence when they're more extroverted, because they can kind of communicate their thoughts better than introverted people. So it is, like, intimidating being around him a lot. And I guess, like, I do that does surface sometimes. And again, that's like another common thing, and why smart people are also very lonely, is that they seem to be intimidating people, and they tend to be avoided, unfortunately. So I can see why a lot of smart people mask and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, he's been very helpful, and he's been helping me out with my situation. And I told him I did tell him that I wanted to go to a cafe on, was it Wednesday? I think it was a Wednesday. And I misread my schedule. I actually had Sunday and Monday off. Yesterday and today off. And the next week is going to be the same thing. And I don't know what happened. I guess that was just I'm so used to reading my schedule and just memorizing it pretty easily. But I don't know. I just misread it that time. So, yeah. That was unfortunate. Yeah. I don't know, I'm actually surprisingly to be more reflective. I'm taking my time speaking as well, because I've been trying to just go at my own pace when I talk, because it takes me a while to express my thoughts. And, I mean, I don't know, I tend to get off track sometimes, and I forget what I'm thinking about, or I don't know how to express it well and whatnot. So I'm just going at my own pace. And it's easy to do that I'm in front of a camera, because nobody's in front of me to cut you off and try to explain what you're thinking in your own head. So I mean, I consider myself to be fairly stable, which is why I'm kind of I'm playing the field again, when it comes to dating and whatnot. And I'm gonna stick with girls for now. Although I did like a guy that was I think it was not transsexual guy, I don't know, but I liked them on Tinder, because they it's so hard to tell sometimes. Anyways, other than that, I had a couple more matches, and then a couple more matches on Bumble. There was one on Tinder that was a bot, and they were talking about making a video or something, and I was like, that had to be some bot, or maybe some algorithm somebody wrote for Tinder to kind of promote their own gig or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. But yeah, so I've been having surprisingly a lot of good luck. But also this time I was a bit more thoughtful. The last time I had a dating profile, it was a little bit pretentious, and I tried to be a little bit more humble this time, because it was way too pretentious. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously nobody likes pretentious people, so yeah, so I toned that down a bit. And I actually didn't have anything for my bio. Just like, that's what people do. They put just stupid shit on there. Just funny, random. It to express a sense of humor, but also my sense of humor on my bio wasn't really that sophisticated. I just wrote Froggy Fresh on there. I don't know if you guys remember Froggy Fresh, but they were on, they used to release a lot of YouTube, like comedy YouTube, comedy music videos on YouTube. And, it was back in like 2000, early 2000s or something, and he started releasing more videos recently, so I've been looking at that more often. So, yep. I don't know why, anyways, that obviously wasn't the case. I think I actually had some better photos as opposed to last time too. I looked back at my old Bumble account and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to change all of these. And I've had more recent ones from the past year ever since I moved that are a lot better. So I've been using that, and it happens to be working. I don't know. I had some good photos and some decent lighting, and I look damn good in those photos. So I might as well put them on there, And it's working out. But I just hate the fucking algorithm they use for Tinder. They try to get you to pay for the the energy booster for getting more likes or whatever you call it. I just don't have the money for it right now, so it was very tempting because I do want to see my likes just to make it easier and more streamlined and whatever. I know I could go outside. I know, I want to go outside more, and I don't want to not necessarily integrate myself in social environments. I just want to join clubs and whatnot, like biking clubs, and I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure about book clubs. Obviously, I've thought about that before. So like biking clubs. I also I want to try pickleball. I also want to do a sport, maybe like softball, or not soccer. Soccer's too much running. And also, I'd rather do hiking clubs than biking clubs, actually. I don't know. That seems a little bit more socially... Not socially... I can't think of the word. Whatever. Yeah, so... Yep. So, anyways, I really hope maybe I'll get a date with that one person at least once, just to talk to them and whatever. So we'll see how it goes. I did feel not the greatest today, and I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer with them, so I'm actually kind of satisfied due to the fact that they decided to cancel and whatnot. So I'm, yep. Aside from socializing and girls and all that, and actually finding, I kind of want to put myself on the dating market again, because I find myself to be a relatively emotionally intelligent, stable human being. So I also have a good sense of humor. People are actually surprised that I actually have a good sense of humor. It's because of the fact that I'm just a very flat person most of the time. And when I'm actually in a good and upbeat mood, I don't know, it's been a little bit difficult to get myself in an upbeat and more ecstatic mood and whatnot. But usually when I'm in that mood, my baseline is actually using wit and humor, and people are surprised that I actually have some form of humor and wit. They usually don't expect it, and of course, if I'm under the influence or if I'm smoking, they see it. It's just, I think I'm pretty damn funny, and I tend to think of things on the spot pretty fast too, and I wish I was like that most of the time, but unfortunately that isn't the case right now. My baseline is more cold for the time being, or I think it'll always be like that, unfortunately. But when I'm actually in a good mood, I'm a funny person. I don't think it's funny because I think most of I think basically all of my videos I have on here don't express that side of myself really, or showcase that side of myself. It's kind of sad. And I actually don't have, and when I'm in that mood as well, I actually don't have trouble with words. It just pops into my head without even having to worry or think about it. But then again, I do have I'm almost 100% sure I have some form of functioning depression or dysthymia. I think that's another word for it. And sure, we could use diagnostics and whatnot, but I'm a little bit stubborn, and I don't feel like using medication, although it would probably help. It probably would help. But, again, I'm stubborn, so... Yep. Anyways, I think that's mainly it. I just went on a tangent. I forgot. I think I was trying to expand out a little bit further. Yeah. I've been writing down a lot of notes for adulting stuff, and I'm still thinking about my YouTube channel, but I've been sparsing myself out quite thin with adulting and socializing and thinking about my career and gaining more stability in life. And I guess I have been thinking about door dashing, because of a bike, and I could get like one of those bags, those pretty big insulated bags for food and whatnot. And since there's a chance in which I will be unemployed, I think that would actually be a good option for now. I'm sure, if I think about like my unemployment plus link and whatnot, I think I would probably have to get around $700 per week, which is about $15 an hour. If I'm doing I forgot, I don't know, I was doing the math earlier. Or like 800, so it would have to be 200 per week. Yeah. And I would have to average it around, since it's 15 hours, I'd have to average around 2 hours per day, which is not bad. I got the 15 per hour based on this. I'm not 100% sure, but I got a statistic online. I'm not sure if that would be the case, and I'd have to, I don't know, I'll figure it out eventually. I just don't want to have to I don't want to just do nothing, obviously, if that is something I can do. And I'll be focusing on my math videos, even though every time I keep trying, it kind of gets placed to the side because I have all these other things I have to worry about, and yeah, so we'll see. Yeah. Anyways, I think that is long enough. Fingers crossed for, going back into the dating realm and seeing how that goes. Because I think I've always known this. I've come to the realization I'm the kind of person that want a lot of friends, and if somebody that I happen to have romantic relationships with is also my friend, I'm kind of like my dad, because my dad's the same way. I probably wouldn't need a circle outside of that. But I obviously will have acquaintances from work and people within the community I may be in, the city and whatnot. It's just that I probably won't be extremely close to them because I happen to be. I don't know. It seems to be the case. Obviously, that could change. Obviously, it depends on who I'm dating. If the person happens to be, I don't know. I don't see myself really dating an extrovert. It's just I just don't know if I can really just be in the same place as an extrovert for the rest of my life if I happen to have a lifetime partner, or if I happen to jump between other people. I don't really know how my non-platonic relationships are going to be like, because I haven't really gotten my feet wet seriously gotten my feet wet, where I was taking it more seriously as opposed to the dabbling I did when I was younger. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but they're most likely going to be introverted because I'm going to be sharing the same space with them. And I just I don't know, I just happen to be happy with myself. I like companionship. Of course I do, like anybody else. And if I happen to be around another introverted person to share the same space with, and I'd be content, and I probably wouldn't even worry about going outside to socialize unless I had to do that for networking purposes and finding potential opportunities for my career and whatnot. That's the only reason I think I'd do that in the near future, if I happen to have somebody that I'm satisfied with sharing the same space with, obviously. So yeah. Anyways, I think that is long enough. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.